Offense will be just imperative tonight. Look for a lower scoring game. Little Rock allowing only 41% field goal shooting and 66 points per game. However, they're guilty of 197 turnovers of their own, so they don't like pressure very well. Both teams will have to dominate the glass. WKU in their last outing dominated Troy 41-27 on the board, 16-11 on the offensive glass, and sharpened the shooting eye. The Hilltoppers versus Troy, again, 58%. It sounds pretty simple, but in the three losses that the Hilltoppers have had, the three big losses, they've shot less than 40% in two of them and 27% against Evansville.
Now the Trojans have had some success at Diddle Arena. They've won 4 times here in Sun Belt Conference play. Not many teams in the Sun Belt Conference have won that many games at Diddle Arena. The first half is up next, and this is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports. And it's produced this evening by IMG. By JB Distributors. Budweiser reminds you that responsibility matters. By the Kentucky Lottery. Who's next? By the Medical Center, caring for people and improving the quality of life in the communities we serve. By Minute Mart. O'Delly's at Minute Mart. Get it, got it, good. By Pepsi. It's the cola. By U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed. And by the University Bookstore, official provider of WKU logo merchandise. It's Hilltopper basketball time throughout Red Towel territory. Welcome to Bowling Green as the Hilltoppers take on the Arkansas Little Rock Trojans in a Sun Belt Conference matchup. Both teams have won their 2 Sun Belt Conference games. The Little Rock Trojans, coached by Steve Shields in his 6th year. WKU led by Ken McDonald in his 1st year here on the Hill. So we're set to go. Randy Lee with Hal Schmidt, and I think everyone expects this game, Hal, to be a close one.
Well, I think it will. And like I said, don't look for any 99 points on the board tonight for either team.
Hilltoppers are dressed in the grays, trimmed in red. Arkansas Little Rock in the black, trimmed in maroon. And the Hilltoppers get the tip, and they bring it front court. And Orlando Mendez-Valdez has the left wing front court. Bounce it baseline left to Pettigrew. Back on the left wing to Mendez-Valdez, who's bumped by Fowler. He goes back out now to... Here comes the guard, Dayon Cavoro, hard to the hole, bumped off the dribble, puts it up on a run, no good, but a foul. And Stephen Moore, the personal foul with Arkansas Little Rock. He's their leading scorer at 14 points per ball game. And Cavoro will be shooting 2 free throws here in the Hilltopper first possession.
Interesting, Cavoro getting his 2nd start. Coach McDonald said that he started in the last game because he was interested in a little more defensive pressure from his position than Sergio Caruso was providing. So Dayon very active, and I think it says volumes for his abilities at getting the starting nod as a freshman.
Cavoro hits the first one, second shot up and down. He's 3 out of 4 this year from the charity stripe, and the Hilltoppers have a 2-0 lead as they took the AT&T opening tip-off and scored. Here come the Trojans. They average 68 a game. Edwards on the perimeter on the left wing. Down in the corner to Moore. Can really penetrate off the dribble. Moore on the left wing. Back out top now to Patterson around to the right side. There's a baseline drive and a holding foul as Fowler took Cavoro off the dribble. And Dayon Cavoro of WKU with a holding foul.
Cavoro and Coach McDonald both indicating to the official that the Little Rock player was pushing off with an elbow in that drive.
Here's the inbounds pass, and looking through it on the wing, and it's tipped by Slaughter. It's bounced around out front. Mendez-Valdez gets it a 2-on-2 the other way. He lifts it in the corner to Cavoro, front court. Out top of the key to Slaughter, penetrating in the lane, hanging one-handed shot, banking off, no good. But the ball's batted back in the corner to Slaughter. AJ cross court to Cavoro on the right wing, down and low to Evans. Nice catch in traffic, double team, puts up a shot in traffic, off the iron, no good. Mendez-Valdez missed the tip for the Hilltoppers, and Shane Edwards rebounds for Arkansas Little Rock. 6'7" senior brings it front court to Patterson in between the circles against Jeremy Evans. He comes into the lane with the dribble. He throws it crazily inside, and Jeremy Evans picks it up. Here's his backward outlet pass to A.J. Slaughter. He comes to the free throw line in front court, retreats with a dribble. Trojans in a man-on-man. Patterson guarding Slaughter right now. Mendez-Valdez guarded by Smith. He takes a pick on a pass on the right side, goes to the free throw line, and he's called for a travel. That was Moore guarding Mendez-Valdez, and Mendez-Valdez turns it over.
Orlando going into the lane with the left hand, hesitated a little too much with that ball, cupped it, held it in the air, and that resulted in the turnover. The first for the Hilltoppers, 2 for Little Rock early on.
He played 90 seconds, 2-0 Hilltopper lead here at Diddle Arena tonight. Edwards in between the circles. His pass to the baseline got away from John Fowler. Not the best of deliveries. And Arkansas Little Rock will turn it over, Hal. They average 15 per game.
Yeah, 197 by them for the season. That's more than they forced on their opponents. So they are turnover prone.
Here comes A.J. Slaughter front court to the left wing. 2-0, Hilltoppers in front. Pettigrew foul line jumper off the dribble. Off the back of the iron, off the top of the board. And it goes over and back, and that'll be Arkansas Little Rock possession in back court. Pettigrew missing a foul line jumper.
Hilltoppers getting some good looks offensively, just not able to convert any of those yet.
The Trojans have only allowed one team to shoot 50% or better against them this season. And 5 other teams have shot less than 40% in a game. Conversation going on with one of the officials, and Wayne Burton, who's ready to throw the ball in bounds on the baseline. And also they're now over at the scorer's table. With 18 minutes and 1 second to go in the first half. I don't know if that's what they're adjusting or not.
I'm not sure. The shot clock is right. I think he's got the manual out over there trying to figure out what's what on the scoreboard, but can't imagine what it would be this early on.
Arkansas Little Rock will put it in play in backcourt, and here they come. And here comes the transfer from Ole Miss, Brandon Patterson, second year at Arkansas Little Rock, works it over in the left wing. There's a quick dribble by Moore, way out front for a three-pointer by Fowler. He missed it, and it's a top of the key rebound by Mendez-Valdez, front court to A.J. Slaughter, right wing. Slaughter behind him to Cavoro, 4-3 over a hand. He's fouled as he missed a shot. They clubbed him on the right arm, and Dayon Cavoro will shoot 2, make that 3. It was a three-point shot. That foul was on John Fowler of the Trojans.
See the Hilltoppers wanting to force the action early. They're getting those rebounds from the missed shots from Little Rock, and it's off to the races for the Hilltoppers, trying to get the ball down quickly in transition and make something happen.
Cavoro's free throw rims in and out. As the team, the Hilltoppers are a 70% free throw shooting team. I know WKU doesn't feel to be successful, Hal. They play a half-court game against this stout defense of Arkansas Little Rock. They need to score in transition tonight to be successful. That free throw rims in.
Well, yeah, you don't want to give them the opportunity to get back and set the half-court defensive pressure up, which is what they really cut their teeth on is in the half-court. So Hilltoppers trying to beat that pressure down the court, get something off the transition game.
Cavoro of WKU hits a pair. It's a 4-0 lead. We play nearly 2.5 minutes at Diddle Arena tonight. Moore in backcourt with the dribble up on the left side of Patterson. Now back out of half-court to Stephen Moore, Jr. from Little Rock. Wearing his black socks up around his kneecaps, the shorts down below his knees. Black high-top tennis shoes, black ankle wraps. Here's Patterson, left side to Moore. Bounce pass comes in the corner to Fowler. Pass back out front, tipped out of bounds by Stephon Pettigrew. Trojans to get the ball out of bounds in the left wing with only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 17-17 to play first half.
Good defensive pressure by the Hilltoppers, making Little Rock eat up a lot of that shot clock, trying to get a good look.
Burton, the center, got the inbounds pass. Long range right side to Moore, penetrating the foul line. Dumps it down low to Burton, goes up inside. Evans blocked the shot, and the shot clock expires. Wow. Evans blocked the shot right up around the rim.
And the applause coming from the coaching staff and the fans here, appreciating that defensive stand by the Hilltoppers, accentuated by the block from Evans right in front of the rim.
Jeremy Evans was heavily recruited by Arkansas Little Rock. In fact, he went there on a visit. Slaughter, left wing, Mendez Valdez. Baseline drive on Fowler, coming into the paint. Throws a pass over his head. It's batted away by the Trojans out of bounds. And WKU will get it under their basket with 23 seconds on the shot clock when we play 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Ken McDonald racing DJ Magley into the game. DJ is the 6'9", 255-pound sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. And Jeremy Evans is out. AJ to make the inbounds pass. Out.
Little Rock did not start the big 6'7", 295 center, Mike Smith, just knowing that he could not run in transition with the Hilltoppers.
AJ Slaughter missed the top of the key jump shot, and then hooking wings in backcourt was Burton and Magley. Burton got the rebound. Patterson behind him, and Smith, or make that Stephen Moore, got ready to shoot a jumper, and it was a traveling violation. I believe it was not on Stephen Moore, was it? I thought the travel became before
no,
Patterson.
I think it was on Moore. He caught and took an extra step trying to set himself at the three-point line. I believe that's where the infraction was.
So it's another turnover for the Trojans. They have 5 first half turnovers in just 3.5 minutes. And the Hilltoppers lead at 4-0.
And no points. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if both teams can break double figures by halftime here.
Sergio Caruso checks in for the Hilltoppers, a 6'5" sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds. He's been coming off the bench the last 2 games. Pettigrew, front court right wing against Patterson. Hard to the hole to the right and banked it up and in. And it's a 6-0 Hilltopper lead. Pettigrew averaging 11 points per game. 16-12 to go first half. WKU 6, the Trojans 0. Patterson front court left wing against Caruso. Bounce pass out between the rings to Edwards at 6'7". Pass on the left wing, intercepted by Slaughter. Coming down, and Edwards lays it up. Good. He's fouled, and it counts. And it's an 8-0 Hilltopper lead.
Wow. Defensive pressure for the Hilltoppers leading to some really good things. Little Rock, turnover prone anyway, has been guilty of 6 turnovers already. That one resulting in a run out by Slaughter and a foul at the 3-point play attempt.
6 turnovers in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. We are at our first media timeout. The Hilltoppers leading 8-0. This is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports. It's produced by IMG. This is Big Red Basketball. Western Kentucky University leading Arkansas Little Rock early on. 15:57 to play first half. It's 8-0. Hilltoppers in front. Your local John Deere dealer bringing you this simulcast. The participating John Deere dealers, Heartland Equipment Company, Hudson Ag, and Limestone, as the Hilltoppers have 3 steals early on, Hal Schmidt, and a 4-6 turnovers.
Well, a lot of defensive pressure. We thought it would be coming from Little Rock, but WKU starting to learn a little bit what this game is about. It's not just putting points up on the board, but it's creating havoc for the opposing team, and that's exactly what the Hilltoppers are doing early on in this one. A.J.
Slaughter with a free throw after the timeout. He gets an old-fashioned 3-point play, and here comes a 1-3-1 full-court press. Moore in backcourt breaks it, comes across the timeline with a West High dribble. He's a very quick guard, averaging 14 points per game. Bouncing it over on the right side to Fowler, between the circles to Moore. Arkansas Little Rock is a balanced offensive team. Last year they won 20 games without any player averaging 10 points per game. Fowler bounce pass on the right side to Moore. The diminutive guard goes back out front to Patterson between the circles, and the Hilltoppers are now in a 2-3 zone. Patterson at the top of the key with 4 on the shot clock. Left wing Fowler knocked away, batted away. Patterson gets it up in the paint, around the rim and off. And it's fought for underneath, and it's out of bounds off of WKU.
It's only the 3rd shot attempt that Little Rock has been able to muster to this point, and that was only by virtue of the fact that the loose ball landed right in, couldn't see who it was, but landed in their hands. Oh, that was Patterson, and they're just not getting any shots right now.
Matt Mosey checks in for Arkansas Little Rock and takes an inbounds pass, and he's fouled as he caught the ball in the right wing in front court. Mosey's averaging 13 points per game. He's made 40 of 97 threes, 42%. And that foul was on Anthony Sally, the junior guard who just checked in the game for WKU.
Mosey shoots about 2 for 1 from beyond the arc, so most of his field goals are going to come from long range.
Stephen Moore out front against Anthony Sally. Good matchup there. Moore to his right with the dribble. Now to Mosey on the wing, guarded by Sergio Caruso. Caruso is 3 inches taller than Mosey. Edwards top of the key over now on the left side to Moore. Shot clock at 18 seconds. We've played 5 minutes. Trojans haven't scored yet. Moore into the hole. Nice pass low to Smith. Muscles it up with the left arm. No good, but a foul.
Good penetration that time. Got a look for Smith down low. He takes up a lot of space down there. If he uses his body well, nobody, especially to the tune of Jeremy Evans is going to be able to get around him and create much of a problem for him defensively.
Here's Mike Smith. He's only a 48% free throw shooter. 15 makes, 16 misses. He averages 7 points and 6.5 rebounds per game. He misses that one badly off to the left, no good. The Trojans still haven't scored, and they played 5 minutes and 4 seconds.
Well, this is the best chance that they've had because there's no WKU pressure on them right here. But they had probably their worst free throw shooter trying to convert.
Smith there's a free throw, missed it, bouncing out to the left side, and Caruth gets it. Now it's knocked away and stolen by Fowler of Arkansas Little Rock. The more on the left wing, spins like a top into the paint, throws up a prayer, missed everything to the floor. It did not get as high as the rim, and it goes out of bounds.
That's a very tough shot. He went one-on-one with Orlando Mendez-Valdez into the lane. Orlando did a nice job defending him there, but was not able to get a good look at it.
Here comes the Hilltopper backup point guard Anthony Sally, first year in the program, Richmond, Virginia junior. Cross-court pass right side for the red-hot Orlando Mendez-Valdez. Dribbles to his left and goes back out top. Now to Sally between the circles. Back in the wing to Mendez-Valdez. Fake the jumper, dribbles to his left. Then the paint defender fell down. Bounce pass low to Magley. Underhand flip pass inside. It hits Pettigrew in the face. Mendez-Valdez just stole a pass. And he's in the right corner in front court. Shoots a three. Swing!
Wow. Orlando one-man wrecking crew came in there and picked off a lazy pass by the Trojans and turned it into 3 points for the Hilltoppers real quickly.
Mendez-Valdez coming off the first triple-double in Hilltopper history on Thursday against Troy. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. It's a 12-0 Hilltopper lead, and we played 6 minutes. More Tabataky in front court to the right wing. On him is Sally. Pass out front to Mosey. Went behind him as Mosey broke to the Tabataky. The pass went behind him and out of bounds. And that's now 8 Trojan first half turnovers.
Boy, it's just when it rains, it pours for the Trojans. That must be what they're thinking over there because they just can't catch a break. It seems like the harder they try, the worse it gets at this point.
Arkansas Little Rock head coach Steve Shields is going to take a timeout.
No. And he also took a technical. He came down after the official all the way across the floor, up in his face. They called a technical on him. Obviously, he was very upset about the steal that I guess it was the steal that Mendez-Valdez made. I thought he was going to get 2 right quick.
So Steve Shields, former basketball player at the NAIA level, then went to play golf at Baylor. Is now in his 6th year as a head coach. He's been at Arkansas Little Rock for 9 years, 6 years as a head coach. And when you talk to the coaches around the Sun Belt Conference, he has a lot of respect for the job he's done at Arkansas Little Rock. They've won 3 West titles in this league in the last 5 years.
Yeah, he's done a real nice job there, and it's kind of been a revolving door for assistants as well. So I'd have to say he's done most of it by himself. Am I mistaken? Did they not call a technical there? I thought they called a technical. Maybe they didn't.
Our simulcast this evening is being brought to you by Budweiser and JB Distributors as well as U.S. Bank. 12-0, WKU with the lead, 13:47 to play first half.
Gosh, how could they not? He came, when the timeout was called, he met the official at the opposite side of the floor and was just red in the face, screaming at him.
Mendez-Valdez with a backdoor bounce pass to Caruth, and he caught the ball in the baseline as it was fumbled away. That'll be a Hilltopper turnover. Their 3rd, while Arkansas Little Rock has 9 of them. Orlando Mendez-Valdez exits for the Hilltoppers. In for him is A.J. Slaughter. And here's Brandon Patterson. In his last year at Ole Miss, he made 36 three-point shots. This year for Arkansas Little Rock, he has only shot 6 of them and hasn't made any. Here's Mosey out front to the left wing to the baseline. Flips it up on the run over Evans. In and out, look good and go. Mosey got his own rebound. Those is tipped right back to him. Goes a bullet pass in low to Fowler in the paint. Now to Patterson, who hands it off behind him to top of the key to Mosey. Now out at half court to Patterson. Overhead pass coming to the left wing to Fowler. They look down and low to Smith against Magley. Barrels to his right, a little bit off balance. And it's pushed and fouled by Magley before a shot attempt.
Smith a little bit off balance there, trying to dribble into the lane. And you'll see in the replay that, in fact, Magley did get that left forearm into him and pushed him off balance a little more. 2
big bodies going against each other right there. Magley for the Hilltoppers and Smith for the Trojans. Pass from the baseline comes out near midcourt to Fowler. Fowler to his right to the free throw line in the lane. Put up the shot. Evans blocked it. Put it up again. Evans blocked it a second time. Then a whistle.
2 blocks for Evans early on here. Continues to add to his total, which is going to be pretty significant by the time that young man graduates.
So Evans with 2 more blocked shots. He had 5 on Thursday against Troy, matching his career high. He already has 3 this evening. Here's Saudi front court, left wing, 12:46 to go in the game. First half, rather. Top of the key to Slaughter. Left wing, Carew shoots a 3 off the pad, and he misfires. Pulled down by Patterson of the Trojans. Here's Patterson down the middle in front court between the circles, veering to his left with a dribble against A.J. Slaughter. 12.5 minutes to go in the first half. WKU leading 12-0. Patterson and Mosey on the left wing against Anthony Sally. Goes out top to Fowler between the circles against Caruth, dribbling it to his right to the baseline. Throws it up left hand, in and out, missed a short shot. Caruth rebounds, outlet pass comes to Slaughter. Toppers running, A.J. long 3 front court, missing that one badly. It's batted around and it's saved on the baseline by Arkansas Little Rock. Good play by LaMarvin Jackson, a 6'6" senior from Ashford, Alabama, who's playing for the first time. Ken McDonald, the Hilltopper coach, with his palms down as he looked at A.J. Slaughter, telling him to settle down a little bit. That wasn't the best of shots.
No, it was not.
Patterson hard to the hole from left to the lane, missed a shot inside. Evans rebounds. Arkansas Little Rock 0 for 6 shooting. Anthony Sally front court, baseline and right. Threw it crazily cross court to Magley, and it's off his hand and out of bounds. And that's a Hilltopper turnover. We have immediate timeout. 11 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first half, and the Hilltoppers are shutting out the Trojans 12-0. This is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox Cottage Sports, and it's produced by IMG. Located right here in the heart of Red Towel territory in Bowling Green. Al Schmidt, early on, the Hilltopper defense has been stout, and Arkansas Little Rock's had too many turnovers.
They have indeed. 10 turnovers early on. You see Jeremy Evans on the replays with some blocks. He's only been credited for 1 right now, but I know he's had at least 2 in this particular game. Hilltopper's not shooting particularly well either at this point, Randy. Only 3 of 10 and guilty of 4 miscues of their own, but they have erased that with 4 steals. Neither team has an assist right now, obviously for Little Rock with no points, but the Hilltoppers have not had an assist yet with 12 points on the board.
9.5 minutes gone by. Here come the Trojans and Patterson front court. Over on the right side, the Jackson pass inside was stolen by Japeth Aguilar, the senior from the Philippines who just checked in for the first time. And now that's 11 turnovers for Arkansas Little Rock. 11:20 to go first half. Caruth to the foul line, in the lane, forcing up a baseline bank shot, and he banks it in from 8 feet away off the dribble.
Tough shot. Sergio working well down low and using his body, controlling it very well with a nice shot, soft shot off the glass.
14-0 Hilltoppers, and we played 9 first half minutes. In low to Smith, right of the lane, bangs into Aguilar and traveled. That's 12 turnovers for the Trojans. Last season here at Diddle Arena, Arkansas Little Rock was held to 47 points and lost that one 71-47. In the Sun Belt Conference tournament in the semifinals against the Hilltoppers, WKU held them to 55.
They lost at Missouri State earlier this year. They only scored 37.
Sally, left wing front court, behind the three-point line, dribbles to his right and stops. Bounce pass in the corner to Aguilar. Bouncing a low, bad pass, knocked away. Here comes Mosey, front court to right wing. Mosey throws it inside to Patterson with a leaping catch and brings it back now behind the three-point line on the left wing with a dribble. Patterson is 6'6" and is a senior. Lobs it low to Smith. They come to double. He drives hard to the hole and dribbled it off his knee out of bounds. I believe that's 3 consecutive possessions. Smith has turned it over. Now Smith says he has a bad ankle and he's going to limp out.
Well, if it's an ankle or a cramp, I'm not sure. He hadn't been in long enough to be cramping, but he's hobbled, wanting some relief. He's getting out.
Smith is out. Derek Balls, B-A-L-L-S, is in. A 6'9", 270-pound sophomore from Ripley, Mississippi. 2 points, 2 rebounds per game. 13 turnovers now for Arkansas Little Rock, and the Trojans are falling back in a 2-3 zone.
Only 4 for the Hilltoppers.
Sally between the circles, front court. Deep on the left to Caruth. Looking in the corner, nobody there. Out front to Sally. Top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Halfway through the first half. Baseline right to Slaughter. Cut off. AJ stops. AJ shoots a 14-footer. On the rim and off. Evans falling down. Had the ball, then he lost it. And here come the Trojans running. 14-0 Topper lead. Patterson left wing. Pass batted away, but he got it back. He stops. He throws it down low. They go up inside. And Aguilar with a foul. As Arkansas Little Rock will shoot 2. That'll be John Fowler, who's averaging 11 points per contest. Foul on Aguilar. WKU will make the Trojans earner from the free throw line. This season, Arkansas Little Rock's only a 69% free throw shooting team, but they have shot 80% from the charity stripe in the last 3 games. And in the last game, the next to the last game that Arkansas Little Rock played against Rice, Here's Fowler, shoots and makes. That's the first point for Arkansas Little Rock, and it comes with 9:43 to play in the first half. Fowler had 23, and in their last game, a win over Louisiana Monroe in overtime, he had 22 and went 13 of 15 at the free throw line in that game. The left-handed Fowler shoots and misses, and it's a baseline rebound by A.J. Slaughter of WKU. Here's Slaughter, the junior from Shelbyville, Kentucky, coming to the top of the key with a long three. Perfect over Patterson.
Well, that was the shot that got a little concern, I guess, from head coach a few minutes ago, but A.J. fired that one up, and good shooters don't back away generally.
A.J.'s made 4 threes in the game 2 times this year. It's a 17-1 Topper lead. Edwards hard to the hole from the left baseline and rolls it in on a reverse layup in traffic. Good shot from Shane Edwards.
And that's what you've got to do. Teams having trouble getting the ball in the hole, you've got to take the ball to the rim, and that's what Edwards did that possession for the Trojans.
Coach Shields says about Edwards, I'm really encouraged with his progress. Here's Cavoro between the circles in front court for the Hilltoppers. Dribbling left to right to the wing and stops. Top of the key to Pettigrew. Pettigrew looking right, goes that way to Cavoro with Mosey on him to the foul line. Fast pass on to Pettigrew, put it up for a foul.
What a nice play that was, a little give and go. Cavoro with a picture-perfect bounce pass to Pettigrew, who caught it in stride and went up for the layup. Got some attention there from Little Rock on the defense, got hammered, so he'll have to earn his at the free throw line.
Balls with the foul at the free throw line will be Pettigrew. That was some pass from a Dejan Cavoro. Pettigrew to shoot 2, and this one is off the rim, no good. Pettigrew's a 70% free throw shooter. He had 19 points in the win over Troy on Thursday, 1 point below his season high and career high. Swish. 3 for Pettigrew. Hilltoppers 18, Trojans 3. 8:45 to play first half. Patterson up the left sideline to the left baseline against Slaughter's man-on-man defense. Sabaki Mosey, quick trigger, three-pointer down.
Well, he does have a quick trigger. He caught that thing and fired it as soon as he touched it. So the Hilltoppers are going to have to cue on him just a little bit.
41st 3 from Mosey, 18-6, WKU by 12, 8.5 minutes to go first half. Slaughter fouled off the dribble by Patterson. That's a tough matchup for Patterson, who's taller than A.J. Slaughter, but probably not as quick as A.J. Team foul 5 at Arkansas Little Rock, and the Hilltoppers get the ball out of bounds on the baseline under their bucket in front court. Slaughter with a pin bounce pass, looking right in the corner to Mendez Valdez to fake the 3. Fowler cut off that 3-point jump shot. Fowler is called the best defensive player I've had in my 9 years here as a head coach or as an assistant by Steve Shields. Pettigrew foul line dribble, now to Cavoro, dribbling to right to the baseline of Mosey. Flips it up on a run, and an out look good, didn't go. Foul line rebound, Pettigrew, 15-footer, almost an air ball, just grazed the iron. He was a bit hurried on that jump shot, and the Trojans rebound the ball and bring it front court to Edwards in the right corner. Edwards guarded by Evans. They look low, Edwards to the hole to the left. Jump shot from 6, falling away, banking in and out. And Pettigrew saving it on the baseline. Pettigrew out to Cavoro, now in backcourt to Mendez Valdez. Here come the Toppers, winning by 12. 7:42 to go first half. Mendez Valdez retreats at half court, dribbles on the red towel. Comes to the left wing to double team him. Out front to Pettigrew, right wing to Cavoro. Cavoro dribbles right to left, stops, baseline right. Pettigrew flipping it up on the run, blocking foul. It's good, he's fouled it, counts!
Another nice pass. Cavoro and Pettigrew are putting a nice little tandem together on the give and goes.
They've worked that 2 times in the last couple of minutes.
That one was successful with a basket and a free throw attempt.
The Topper lead now goes to 14. It's 20-6 with 7:29 to play in the first half. This is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports. It's produced by IMG. You're listening to Big Red Basketball. 7.5 minutes to go in this first half. The Hilltoppers are leading the Arkansas Little Rock Trojans 20-6. It's now time for our Franklin Bank and Trust bank shot of the game, and it comes from the Carew shot as he dribbled it from the top of the key, right of the lane, and nearly on the baseline with a tough angle, banked it up and in with the right hand.
Very physical as well. He was getting some defensive body checks all the way down the lane, but was able to still maintain his control of his body, get a nice soft touch off the glass, which is your best friend when you're shooting from that angle, and drop it through.
Steve Shields would like to have one of his assistant coaches come in and play right now, and Joe Klein.
He was a good one, wasn't he?
Oh boy, 15 years in the NBA and a very good center at the University of Arkansas from 1982 through 85. Here's Stephon Pettigrew hoping to cap off a 3-point play. He was fouled and made a layup before the intermediate break. The free throw rims in and out, and then back in again. 6 points for Pettigrew, and the Hilltopper advantage goes to 21-6. 7:25 to go first half from Diddle Arena. Patterson coming front court between the circles. Hilltopper still in that man-on-man defense. More foul on dribble, double team. Deep to Mosey, top of the key, fumble the ball, goes deeper than the top of the key and retrieves it. He now goes to the right side to Patterson, right in front of the Hilltopper bench. Between the circles to Edwards against Pettigrew. Dribbles it to his right and brings it back behind the three-point line, and Pettigrew fouled him. That'll be 16 fouls on the Hilltoppers. First foul on the Hilltopper Hercules, known as Stephon Pettigrew.
Trojans having trouble just getting the ball, even penetrating the three-point line. The defense from the Toppers is very stout.
The Trojans have just 9 shots and 13 turnovers. Moore left to the key in front court against Cavoro at 6'5". Moore 6 foot tall. Moore now to the left wing, dribbles back out to the top of the key, now to the free throw line. He's cut off, he's looking, he's searching. Goes into the corner for a Mosey bomb. Off the back of the board, but it's picked up by Patterson. He puts it up in after the offensive rebound. It's no good, but a foul on DJ Magley of WKU.
Mosey shot that all the way over the rim. That's a tough shot to rebound because obviously you're waiting for the ball to hit the rim and careen somewhere from that, but it never touched iron, so it landed in the Little Rock hands, and they were able to get a shot from the front. But fortunately, Magley's going to make him earn it.
Brandon Patterson hits the free throw. He's 8 of 11 this year. He's only shot free throws now in 4 of their 14 games. Sergio Carush is in for WKU. Arkansas Little Rock will send in Wayne Burton, a 6'8" junior from New Orleans. He and his family moved to Texas because of Hurricane Katrina. That free throw is perfect by Patterson. WKU 21, Arkansas Little Rock 8, 6:45 to go first half. Here's A.J. Slaughter, front court, guarded by Patterson. He'll take it to the right wing, now veering out back in the middle. To the left wing with a dribble against Patterson. Fell down, throws it back though before he fell down to Pettigrew. Now in between the circles to Cavoro. He'll work it up and down, back of the wing to Pettigrew. Shoots a 3, it's short. Mendez-Valdez pushed off inside and fouled. Second foul on Orlando Mendez-Valdez.
But the Bulldog Mendez-Valdez battling in there for those offensive boards. He was guilty of pushing off. I happened to be watching him that exact possession. But, the fact is that he just does not shy away. Had 10 rebounds in the last game, part of his triple-double.
And he's 6'1".
Yeah.
Anthony Sally coming in for Orlando Mendez-Valdez, who has 2 fouls with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the first half. At the free throw line is Stephen Moore. That was the 8th team foul. So this is a 1-and-1 for Stephen Moore, who played on an all-star team after his senior year of high school with Hilltopper center Jeremy Evans. Free throw rims in and out. Pettigrew with a rebound. Moore missing the front end of a 1-and-1. And he's an 82% free throw shooter. Here's Sally coming front court for the Hilltoppers. Long pass on the left wing to Slaughter, penetrating to the baseline, bouncing it into paint to Carush, putting it up and around and off. No good, but there is Pettigrew with a tip in for WKU, and Stephon Pettigrew has scored 8.
Stephon went up with both hands and tipped that ball in from right in front of the rim.
You don't normally see a tip in with 2 hands, do you?
No, you don't.
23-8, Hilltoppers leading. 5:50 to go first half. Moore between the circles against Cavoro's done a good job following him around. More than goes in the paint, throws it up wildly and misfiring. The putback shot by Burton's over the rim, no good. The ball is loose. It's retrieved by Moore out front, and it could come down in the corner to Patterson. Patterson on the right wing to the top of the key with a dribble against Pettigrew of WKU. Now on the wing to Mosey, dumping it down in low. That's Burton, and he traveled as he put up a shot. He was double teamed by Slaughter from out high, and Carush was in between Burton and the basket.
Pettigrew scored the last 6 points for the Hilltoppers.
Stephon with 8 in the game, leading everyone in points. Here's Anthony Sally, head high dribble coming across the timeline. Deep to the right to Slaughter, quick drive to his right, stopping. Shooting a 3 over Patterson. Swish. Timeout, Arkansas Little Rock.
Yeah, Coach Shield has seen all that he wants to see over there. The Hilltoppers continue to pour it on. He's got to find some answer for this Hilltopper onslaught.
For the first 15 minutes of the first half, this is as good as WKU has played all year long. I think even as well as they played against and beating number 3 Louisville. They're playing just as well tonight, I think.
Well, I think so. The defensive pressure down here is just unrelentless. Little Rock cannot get the ball past the 3-point line anywhere, and they're just having trouble scoring and getting good looks. And when you look at a team that has more turnovers than shot attempts, you know that the defensive pressure is pretty good, or the offense is really bad. I think it's the former.
On this date in Hilltopper basketball history, January 3rd, 1987, WKU went to Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis and nipped Butler in overtime, 74-73. Brett McNeil was fouled with no time left on the clock in overtime. It was a 1-and-1. He made the first shot to tie it, the second to win it. And Brett McNeil is in San Antonio today. His nephew Bryce is a #1 rated high school receiver in Minnesota, and he played in that high school football all-star game down in San Antonio today. 26-6, Hilltoppers leading by 26-8 rather, 18-point lead, 5 minutes to go first half. Edwards spinning like a top into the paint, putting it up hard off the glass, no good, tipped it up, no good. It's batted in the air again, and Sally rebounds to the free throw line for the Hilltoppers. Crazy bounce pass, Pettigrew let it in.
Wow.
Holy moly, what a pass from Sally.
Boy, Pettigrew owes his teammates some dinner or something after this, because he's gotten some great feeds from his teammates for easy buckets.
Mosey fumbles a pass away in front court in the left wing for the Trojans, and it's another turnover.
That's 15 for them.
That pass from Sally off the dribble, he threw backspin on it. We're going to watch it on television. He throws it with backspin, so it bounces back into Pettigrew, who is charging for the left wing and let it in.
You won't see a better play than that, a better lead pass. That bounce pass is so valuable. Pettigrew handled it well and took it up, finished it.
One of the better passes you'll ever see. WKU leading 28-8. I believe Arkansas Little Rock took another timeout. They have 2 timeouts left for the entire game. We have 4:32 to go in the first half. Hilltopper basketball on this simulcast being brought to you by the Minute Marts. We would like to welcome in our radio audience in Louisville tonight on Talk Radio 1080, WKJK, as well as the flagship station in Bowling Green, WKLX 100.7 FM. It's really been an amazing defensive performance for the Hilltoppers in the first 15.5 minutes of this game.
It really has, forcing 15 turnovers for Little Rock. They average that for the game. There's still 4 minutes to go in this, and they've got that the first half.
Sally front court to Caruso, fumbled the ball, nearly went over and back, picks it up at half court. Left side, Slaughter open for a 3, and it's no good. Bouncing deep in the corner, and Brandon Patterson tracks it down for the Trojans. Here comes Patterson front court. Arkansas Little Rock 9-4 with 2 league wins. More deep on the left wing against Sally. Lobs it out top to Edwards. Swinging around to the right wing to Patterson. Foul line pass to Moore. Fake the jumper, comes into the lane. Evans at 6'9", cut off the shot, and then Jeremy bumped him and fouled him. 9 inches taller than Moore, but a foul on Evans, and that'll be his first foul, and he'll send Moore to the free throw line if we have a media timeout.
Jeremy was licking his chops on that one, waiting for the shot to go up, got a little too excited and bumped him.
3:58 to go in a half. Toppers 28, Trojans 8. And this is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports. It's produced by IMG. Go in the first half. The Hilltoppers lead the Trojans by 20 at 28-8.
Coach Shields and his coaching staff over there just looking for some kind of answer. What the Hilltoppers really have to guard against, Randy, is letting down at this point. They want to continue to keep the pressure up and force the turnovers and creating opportunities for Pettigrew, like you see on their other end. He's been the recipient of some real nice passes from his teammates. That last one, of course, from Anthony Sally on the dead run from half court. Beautiful pass. Beautiful conversion. Stephen
Moore rolls the free throw over the front of the rim and in. That's his first point. He leads the team in scoring at 14 per game. He's had 4 games this year where he shot more than 10 free throws. And for a 6-foot guard, that says a lot about his penetration and aggressiveness. He hits a pair of free throws, and the Hilltoppers lead Arkansas Little Rock 28-10.
Noteworthy, though, Moore is guilty of 4 turnovers of his team's 15.
Pettigrew, top of the key, scored 10 quick points. Right wing now to Jeremy Evans, in between the circles to A.J. Slaughter. He'll take it left to right with the dribble. Picks up the dribble, now deep in the corner to Pettigrew, looking down low to Jeremy Evans. Caught the ball on the right baseline, spins to his left. He is in trouble. He throws it back on the wing to Pettigrew. 10 seconds of the shot clock as he sends it out to Sally near half court. Sally with a left-handed dribble to the foul line, forcing a fall-away jumper. It's on the rim and off. Rebounded by Caruso, and he went back up, and a blocked shot goes out of bounds. Fowler was able to grab the ball before Caruso got it up above his waist and tried to shoot the ball.
Sally got a good shot there. Looked like he was going to get the benefit of the roll. Looked like a little more of a forearm on that block shot, but Hilltoppers inbounds all the way 3/4 court for Pettigrew to chase down.
Sally from the baseline throws it to the other free throw line in backcourt, and Pettigrew went and grabbed it. Here's Sally across the timeline. He's played a lot of first half minutes, more than he's accustomed to. Sally picks it up deep in the left corner down to Carouche. There's one-on-one against Fowler, very good defender. Carouche now to his left to the baseline, coming down, cut off by Fowler. Cross-court pass comes to Pettigrew. Hook shot from the right baseline is down! And Pettigrew with 12 first-half points. Former Mr. Kentucky basketball has been a star in the opening half, and the Hilltoppers lead it 30-10 with 2:45 to go in the half. Pushing Fowler and Moore out of frustration. A.J. Slaughter's on him like a blanket, and Moore shoved him with a forearm in the left wing and committed an offensive foul, and that's a second personal for Stephen Moore.
Pettigrew has scored 10 of the Hilltoppers' last 13 points. The only points scored in that run by anyone other than Pettigrew was the A.J. three-pointer a few minutes ago.
Pettigrew averaging 11. He already has 12. 2:42 to go first half. Anthony Sally walks in front court. Deep on the right side to A.J. Slaughter, guarded by Patterson. Faking right, coming left to the foul line. Left wing to Sally, open, fake the jumper, and traveled. Sally's lost a little bit of confidence in his outside shot, but he's still made 6 out of 14 three-point shots this year. Here's Matt Mosey, who hasn't lost any confidence with his outside game. He has a three-pointer. Scored 7 points in their overtime win. 7 points in overtime in that win over Louisiana Monroe on Thursday. Here's Patterson and Mosey on the left wing against Sally.
Does that surprise you a little bit that Monroe took him to overtime in Little Rock?
Yes, I was very surprised. I was really surprised they scored that many points. Smith in the lane had a shot blocked, and it's retrieved on the baseline by Pettigrew. It's stolen by Patterson, who goes up under the bucket and scores on a layup after the steal.
Well, a good defensive play by Pettigrew to get that ball, but he made a lazy pass there. It was intercepted by Patterson, converted to an easy bucket for the Trojans.
2 minutes to go first half. Sally crossover to the free throw line. Oh, nice pass to Pettigrew for a dunk.
Wow, he is, I don't know, he's going to owe these guys so much. His teammates are just continuing to spoon feed him all these nice passes.
Another brilliant pass from Sally. It's 32-12. Mosey right wing, down in the right corner to Edwards. Blows by Evans off the dribble, but he's double teamed as he gets to the front of the rim, and he throws it off the chest of Patterson, but it's batted out of bounds by WKU. Jabeth Aguilar is back in for the Hilltoppers. 6'9" senior from the Philippines. Jeremy Evans is out. Here comes Fowler's inbounds pass from the baseline. Comes to Edwards on the baseline against Aguilar. Man on man. Edwards is back to the basket, tries to throw it inside, and Aguilar kicked it into the seats. And Arkansas Little Rock will get it back with 11 seconds left on the shot clock.
They'll reset to 15.
The old days, they reset it to 35, which did not reward the defense at all.
No, it did not. I didn't like that rule. I like this one better.
Patterson to throw the ball out front, does so to Fowler. Standing on the red towel, dribbles it to his left to the wing against Carouche, comes back to his right to the top of the key, now right of the lane. And in the corner for a 15-footer by Patterson that rims in and out and back in again. Hilltoppers 32, Arkansas Little Rock 14. 75 seconds left first half. Here's Anthony Sally walking the ball front court. He's had some highlight passes in the first half. Mosey's on him, man on man. Gets a pick from Aguilar, dribbles into the lane. Behind him to Pettigrew, open three. Holy moly!
He's got a half for the books. I tell you what, Pettigrew has been on fire. His name is the only one on the score sheet.
17 for Pettigrew. His career high is 20. 35-14, Patterson, 42 seconds to go and a half. Out front to Edwards, dribbling into his left with Aguilar on his back, and Aguilar fouls him.
Yeah, Aguilar is step slow. Part of that's due to that nagging foot injury. And he's just not at playing speed yet, but it is nice with his athletic ability to get him some minutes, and hopefully he's going to be able to pick up that step that he's just a little behind right now.
Stephon Pettigrew with 17 points and 5 rebounds. He had 19 against Troy on Thursday. Prior to that, he went 4 games and scored a grand total of 22 points. So he's picked up his game since then. Free throw was missed by Patterson. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line as Matt Maresca, the 6'8" senior from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, checks in with 39 seconds to play in the first half. Shane Edwards hits the second free throw. I believe I said Patterson was shooting free throws. It was Edwards. And it's 35-15 with WKU by 20. 30 seconds to go in this first half, and Ken McDonald will ask for a timeout for the Hilltoppers so they can set up for one shot.
29 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock. This is that use it or lose it 30-second timeout that each team has granted. Coach McDonald using this as an opportunity. In a game, you never can tell. You'll have a situation that might be a little different sometime down the as the season continues to wind on. But they'll map out a play right here, map out a strategy, try to get a good look with just a few seconds left.
Pettigrew's 17 points and a half, Al, isn't the way the Hilltoppers have been able to get it done this year. They've been a balanced team. They've had 3 or more players score 10 or more in 9 of their 12 games. But here tonight, Pettigrew, with a lot of help from his teammates, setting him up with layups and dunks, has scored 17. A.J. Slaughter has scored 9. So they have 26 of the Hilltoppers' 35 points. And that was a little like the team last year when Courtney Lee and Tyrone Brazelton many nights would score most of the points.
Yeah, and as amazing as the 17 points are, I think equally amazing is how his teammates have just carved up this defense by Little Rock with some great passes. And most of them have been for Pettigrew.
20 seconds on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Karush long range left side at half court against Fowler. Hard to the left with the dribble and then ran over a Trojan. Yep, it's a charge foul. Karush out of control with 13 seconds left to go in this first half, and Dayan Kavora will check in. Karush will leave. First of all, he did not want Karush to do anything that early in the shot clock, let alone get out of control and charge.
Yeah, Coach McDonald's giving him pretty good tongue lashing over there because that's not what they call the timeout to work on. That was a selfish play, and I'm sure Coach McDonald is telling him about it right now.
9 seconds to go. Patterson front court left wing. Gets a pick from Smith. Throws it over to right side to Edwards. Hard to the right to the baseline. Double team. Back of the wing to Fowler. Fake the jumper. Comes in tight. Throws a little Patterson. And he couldn't get the shot up before the first half expired. Great half-court defense again.
Yeah, it was, and that kind of highlighted the whole first half effort by the Hilltoppers, finished by that stand to keep Little Rock from even getting a shot off before the time expired for the half.
An unbelievable first half. Arkansas Little Rock took 16 shots, making only 4, and they also had 16 first half turnovers.
And Pettigrew scoring 15 of the Hilltoppers' last 18 points in that half.
So it's a 20-point advantage for WKU at halftime here at Diddle Arena this evening. And our halftime show heads your way next. This is a simulcast to the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports, and it's produced tonight by IMG.
16 turnovers and only 15 points for the Trojans in the first half. Credit the Hilltoppers defense, which was very stellar and stout in that first half, creating all kinds of havoc for the Trojans trying to get a good look.
Slaughter, Cavoro, Evans, Pettigrew, and Mendez Valdez starting for WKU. Patterson, Fowler, Burton, Edwards, and Moore for the Trojans. Moore did not attempt a first half shot. Fouling Cavoro as they looked to go inside to Fowler. And Dayan Kavoro picked up a foul. Kavoro at 6'5" was guarding Moore in the first half at 6 feet tall, Hal, and Moore was not able to shoot over the taller Kavoro.
Well, that time he was guilty of reaching around from behind. Look for the Trojans to do a little more posting up, try to get the ball inside for some better percentage shots.
Moore has it out near half court with 30 on the shot clock. Just getting started second half. WKU leading Arkansas Little Rock 35-15. Fowler between the circles, around to the left of Patterson with a baseline drive coming up on Pettigrew inside. The shot was missed, put back up and no good. Rebounded again by Patterson, stripped from behind by Mendez Valdez. Retrieved by A.J. Slaughter, comes front court left wing. Deep to Mendez Valdez from 30 feet, and he drains it off the break.
Wow. He was a good step and a half to 2 steps, I guess, from the top of the key. That had to have been at least 25.
38-15. Edwards top of the key in front court. Offensive foul inside. Pushing foul on Wayne Burton of Arkansas Little Rock. Mendez Valdez, he really has range from the red towel and in.
He does, and his shots all look the same. He's got that great touch, hands up high, elbows out, good follow through on his shots. Great technique.
Slaughter front court, bouncing between the circles of Pettigrew. Hard move to his right, hard to the hole on the right side. The shot was blocked nicely by Edwards, and he saves the ball in bounds before he fell over. They give it to Moore. Moore quickly coming front court in the lane. He throws it down a low to Fowler, and Fowler banks it in from the left side. First bucket for John Fowler, who's averaging 11 a game. WKU 38, Arkansas Little Rock 17. We played 90 seconds of the second half, and Slaughter brings it front court against Patterson. He's on the right wing. It's a pick from Evans and shoots a jumper. It's a rounded off by Evans above his head, and he dunks it for a putback shot.
Holy cow. That was authoritative for Evans' first point of the game. He got that thing. It came back off the rim right in front. Just perfect, picture-perfect timing on that by Evans.
WKU 40, Arkansas Little Rock 17. Edwards between the circles, dribbles it to his right of the lane, and he's pushed and fouled, bumped by Evans. Second foul on Jeremy Evans. And that's 2 quick team fouls on WKU here in the second half, as Evans brought the house down with an over-the-head two-handed dunk off the missed shot from A.J. Slaughter.
Saw that shot rim out by Slaughter. It kind of slingshotted back from the direction it came, and Evans was right there. Knew what to do with it when he caught.
26 of WKU's 40 points this evening have been scored by Slaughter and Pettigrew. That's unlike this Hilltopper team this year, which is a very balanced team offensively. They've had 9 of 12 games this year. They've had 3 players in double figures. Burton on the baseline throws a cross court to Edwards, and it's out of bounds off of Edwards. I don't think he was expecting a pass from Burton. The turnovers continue to mount for Steve Shields' Trojan team. They now have 18 turnovers in 22 minutes. AJ brings it front court between the circles against Patterson. Lob pass to Evans, caught it, laid it in. Jeremy sort of had to ad-lib his way through people and then caught the ball. Nobody from Arkansas Little Rock left their feet, and Evans caught it and laid it in.
Yeah, they set that play for Evans, and usually it's a little more open than that, but he had to weave in through a little bit of traffic there to get a layup instead of the dunk.
As Arkansas Little Rock brought it front court, they had an offensive foul. I didn't catch who it was on. But here come the Hilltoppers after a pushing foul on the Trojans. 42-17, WKU against the 9-4 Trojans. Pettigrew top of the key, fake the jumper, comes into the paint hard, left-handed shot, down, off the window, and a driving shot left of the lane.
Boy, nice using the left hand coming down the lane, getting the ball high off the glass for softening that shot, let it drop right through the twines.
Patterson, the Fowler, long range left side, bounce it low to Smith, hooks the pass, Evans tapped it, and then A.J. Slaughter tried to save it. Jeremy getting his hands up on defense, batted that ball up in the air.
What awareness, though. Slaughter on the weak side knew that he was falling out of bounds and tried to throw it off a Little Rock player's feet before he went out of bounds, but it was too late. But good awareness, good effort anyway.
John Fowler to make the inbounds pass for Arkansas Little Rock with 17-16 to play in the game. To lob it in the lane. It's caught there by Courtney Jackson, and he traveled at the free throw line.
He caught it kind of doing the splits, didn't have very good balance there. Tried to regain himself, but couldn't do it before traveling.
Our simulcast this evening is brought to you by Southern Belle Dairy and also by Valor Oil, as A.J. Slaughter brings it front court left to the key. Now to the wing, sends it out top of the key to Pettigrew. Behind Mendez-Valdez for a 24-foot bomb. That's off the back of the iron. And up high to grab that rebound was Moore at 6 feet tall up over the rim. Moore into the lane in front court, goes all the way to the hole. He puts it up. It's good. He's fouled. It counts. That's that aggressive point guard, Stephen Moore, who shoots a lot of free throws. He'll shoot one more here as he cuts the Hilltopper lead to 25 at 44-19. Had a nifty crossover dribble to get by Cavoro and let it in.
He used a little misdirection with his head. Looked like he was going to go one way. Cavoro bit on the fake. Moore is so quick. Got the ball high into the deep into the paint, high off the glass.
Moore with 4 points. He shoots 82%. He did miss a free throw in the first half. He was 2 for 3. Anthony Sally in for WKU. He had a good first half, running the show for the point guard spot. Stephen Moore hits the free throw for the Trojans. The Hilltopper leads at 24 now at 44-20. We played 3 minutes and 8 seconds of the second half. Anthony Sally walks it front court against Moore. Leaves it on a bounce pass right at the key to the red-hot Pettigrew. Drops it behind to Evans for a 16-foot jump shot. It's no good. Pettigrew tipped it in.
My goodness, he's everywhere. Good shot by Evans, just didn't go down. But there's Pettigrew. Nobody got a body on him from Little Rock. Tipped it right back over the front of the rim.
21 for the Hilltopper Hercules. That's a career high. And a bumping foul on Anthony Sally off the dribble on Stephen Moore in front court. Second foul on Sally. 14 fouls on the Hilltoppers here in the second half. Pass will come inbounds from Moore on the baseline. Lobs it out top. Patterson between the circles makes the catch. Around to the right to Fowler, has been quiet. Lob it low to Smith, goes around Pettigrew. Threw up an air ball under the bucket, and it's ripped down and traveled by Evans. Outlet pass comes to Sally on the right. Coming to the front court with a cautious dribble. Harden to the hole. Now dumps it low for a Pettigrew layup.
Another great pass from Sally. He had 3 assists in that first half. Great pass from Sally again for who else? But Stephon Pettigrew. That's 6 in a row for him in this half.
48-20. WKU by 28. Low to Smith on Pettigrew. Faking right, coming left. He's in the lane. It's the Fowler on the left side. Faking left, coming right. Hard to the hole, and he's fouled by Orlando Mendez-Valdez. Fowler's a left-handed player, but he seems to be more comfortable going to his right, which you don't see very often.
No, it really don't, and he seems to be very comfortable going either way.
Timeout. Hilltoppers leading 48-20 with 15:51 to go. It's the simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports, produced by IMG. This is Big Red Basketball.
He's been set up so well from his teammates. He's really in favor with everybody. It's not his birthday, is it?
Nope.
But Pettigrew has outscored Little Rock. 23 points, Pettigrew 20 for Ualr.
Fowler hits the free throw. A couple of NFL playoff scores for you. Arizona beat Atlanta today, 30-24. And when is the last time the Cardinals won a playoff game? Way back, I think the 75 season when they were St. Louis. The Colts lead the Chargers 10-7. And that's in the second quarter out in San Diego. Fowler's second free throw was short, and Carouche grabs the rebound for the Hilltoppers. Here's Sally. Lost the ball in the dribble in front court. Arkansas Little Rock has it, and they bring it front court with 15:40 to go. Fowler on the left wing. The left-hander goes to his right again. Goes out to the top of the key to Courtney Jackson. Nice hard to the hole, and DJ Magley fouled him. 3 fouls on Magley, the Hilltopper center. Courtney Jackson's a versatile freshman from Paris, Texas. 6'6", 206 pounds. His last 5 games, he's made 8 out of his last 13 shots from the field and will shoot 2 free throws, where he's only made 9 of 21. Arkansas Little Rock 8 makes and 6 misses from the free throw line tonight, and that free throw's good from Courtney Jackson for his first point. Matt Maresca comes in for WKU, and DJ Magley will leave for the Hilltoppers. Jackson shoots and misses long. Maresca tipped the ball, dives to the floor, and gets it. On his back, he grabbed it, threw it to Evans. Front court to Carouche, right side, 12-foot jumper, down.
Under control on the transition. The Hilltoppers get the ball to Sergio on the right wing. He knew what to do with it from 12.
First 2 points for Carouche, who's averaging 10.5. And there's a traveling violation out front as Arkansas Little Rock got it front court, and Courtney Jackson slipped with the dribble out front. He was politely picked up by Anthony Sally, who was there guarding him. I believe I told you Carouche had just 2 points. He now has 4. He had 2 points in the first half, 2 in the second. Anthony Salas doing a little bit of everything. He's making some nifty passes on the fast break. Now he's going to pick up a towel, and he's going to wipe off the floor.
That's a team player for you right there.
Does he get an assist for that?
I don't think so. He probably would like to. He needs some assists to balance the turnovers he's had so far in this early season.
Maresca backward pass to Sally. Guarded by Curtis Jackson. First time we've seen Curtis Jackson. He's 6'2", freshman Philadelphia, who scored 44 points in a high school game. Slaughter has it between the circles in front court. It was around to double team John Smith out there trying to double team him at 290 pounds. Left wing to Sally on the wing to the foul line. Throws it up inside and scores as he threw it up and over the high-flying Courtney Jackson.
Yeah, nice misdirection. Good fake by Sally in there. They thought he was going to pass it out to the wing. He went straight up and got that high floater over the outstretched arms of the player trying to block it.
Jackson lost the ball off the dribble in the lane for another turnover. Jeremy Evans picks it out of midair. That's 23 Trojan turnovers. 23 turnovers, 22 points.
I don't think Coach Shields is going to sleep well tonight. No.
Slaughter left wing front court. Jumper over Patterson. Rattling in and out, looked good, didn't go. And it's out of bounds off of Matt Maresca of WKU. Mike Walker coming in for the Toppers, the 6'6" senior from Macon, Georgia. And Jeremy Evans is out with 4 points, couple of block shots. Steve Shields will send in Lionel Foster for the first time, the 6'1", 200-pound freshman guard out of Houston. And Matt Mosey returns as well. So here's Foster, played at a very successful and talent-laden high school program in Houston, Texas. Mosey, long range right side. Looks left, dribbles that way against Sally. Bounce the ball down in the corner to Fowler, bouncing low to Smith, and Smith lays it in. Smith with good position on that one, caught it and let it in for his first basket of the game. And his first 2 points, and the average is 7. 13:53 to go. Second half, 52-24, Hilltoppers by 28. Sally, one-hand bounce pass between the circles to Slaughter, around to the right to Carush, back on the left to AJ. Mosey's on him, man on man. Maresca sets an on-ball pick. Slaughter goes the other way to the baseline, on the bucket. Reverse layup is over and in.
Yeah, very good pick by Maresca on the wing. Set Slaughter loose. He got all the way in, reversed.
Carush went for a steal and missed it. Then Fowler in the driving layup, missed it with the right hand. Maresca rebounds to AJ Slaughter. Slaughter into the paint, dumps it right side. Open three by Sally, passed it up. And as he dribbles hard to the hole, Mosey went from behind and knocked it out of bounds. It'll be WKU basketball on the baseline. Here's Lamarvin Jackson for Arkansas Little Rock, 6'6" senior from Ashford, Alabama. Has not played much this year. Did have 8 rebounds in the season opener against Cal Poly. A good place to start a season in San Luis Obispo, California.
You know a little something about the weather out in that part of the country, don't you?
Central California, beautiful area. AJ top of the key. The foul line, stops, double teamed, hook pass, left wing Carush, fake the jumper. Now to his left, forcing a jumper, and a foul on Fowler.
Very late call on that, but definitely a foul on the forearm. Sergio will get 2. See if he can earn them at the line.
WKU by 30. No one anticipated this. Looked like it was a good block shot by Fowler. I felt like he had most of the ball, and little of Carush as he shoots 2, and he makes it.
Sergio's been scouted. He likes to take that one dribble to his left and pop up and jump. He's got some explosive hops over there, no doubt, but a well-timed jump from a defender can challenge that, and that time he was challenged well.
AJ Slaughter is out for WKU. Dejan Cavoro is back in, and Sergio Carush hits a pair of free throws. Hilltoppers 56, Trojans 23. We played 7 minutes of the half. Pass comes low to Smith on the left block. Maresca dove for the ball, didn't get it. He's giving up about 60 pounds in this matchup. Smith between the legs, knocked over Maresca, and a blocking foul on Maresca. Smith went to his right, trying to shoot a hook shot in the lane.
You don't expect to see a 295-pound center doing a little shake and bake from the corner there. Maresca took the worst of that.
Mike Smith, a transfer from Ole Miss. He and Brandon Patterson transferred the same year from Oxford. Mike Smith's averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds a game. His high point game this year is 12. He's accomplished that twice. He's also scored 10 points 2 other times. He's missed both of his free throws in the game, and that one's very short, and Carush rebounds. Hilltoppers already have 17 fouls in 7 minutes of the second half. But the lead is 32, 56-24. Sally in the right wing to Cavoro. Now back to Sally in the right corner against Patterson's man-on-man defense. Thought about crossing over and taking him to the hole, but it gives it to Maresca out high. Now back to Sally, top of the key. Crossing over in the lane, dump below to Maresca. Reverse layup, no good on the bottom of the iron, but he's fouled. And I don't know that we've seen a Hilltopper, maybe outside of Orlando Mendez-Valdez, who's made more good passes, setting up easy shots in a game than Anthony Sally has in this one, Hal.
Yeah, he's shown us what the coaching staff was so excited about when they brought him here as a junior college player. He's really delivered some on-the-money passes to his teammates for some easy buckets. Been credited with 4 assists and only 2 turnovers to this point. Upside down, however, for the season, he's got to continue to work on his handles just a little bit, as AJ Slaughter calls it. But coming into the game, only 30 assists to 37 turnovers for Anthony Sally.
Maresca missed the first free throw. He's played just 6 minutes in his last 4 games. Deep knee bending free throw, off to the right, no good. Mike Smith with the rebound for the Trojans. Here's Foster pushing it quickly front court, left to the key. Dejan Cavoro is on him. Bounce pass comes to Patterson on the left wing against Sally. Brandon now backs up with the dribble. Long bounce pass between the rings to Jackson. Squares up on Walker. Goes around to the right to Fowler. Carush is on him. Fowler goes out front, top of the key to Patterson. Fake the jumper. Lobs it down and low to Lamarvin Jackson. And he lost the ball. Picked up by Walker. Front court to Carush. Banks it up on the run and scores as he took it up and over Fowler.
Tough shot by Sergio, moving on the right side, one-on-one on that transition for the Hilltoppers. But again, we saw him do that in the first half. High arching shot off the glass, deadened it, and dropped right through for him.
Foul on Jeremy Evans in front court as the Trojans bring it front court after the made shot by Carouche. We have a media timeout. 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go at Diddle Arena. Toppers leading 58-24. This is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports, and it's produced by IMG.
I have directed the armed forces.
Was this the secret weapon used to save America from World War III? Did this machine bring history from the front lines to the headlines? And did this instrument record the final moments of a Howard Hughes tragedy? The history detectives are back on the case, and they won't rest until they uncover
on that transition basket for the Hilltoppers. 2 of the transition buckets the Hilltoppers have gotten this afternoon.
John Deere, fast break of the game. Nothing runs like a deer. Carouche guarding the Arkansas Little Rock post player Fowler, and they bounce it inside and foul on Carouche.
Points and the turnovers even up for the Trojans now at 24 each.
Arkansas Little Rock has made 9 free throws, 7 baskets from the field, as John Fowler shoots a 1-and-1. That was the 8th team foul on the Hilltoppers. And that one rims in and out, and Carouche with a rebound.
That's the 3rd time in the game the Trojans missed front ends of 1-and-1.
Here's Sally, front court, top of the key. Backs up, overhead cross-court pass to Cavoro, baseline drive as he tight walks the baseline, and the ball's knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Arkansas Little Rock will return home on January 8th. They'll play North Texas on Thursday. North Texas lost at Arkansas tonight. Here's Sally taking a pass from Jeremy Evans after Sally threw it into Evans. He gave it right back to Sally, and Sally's fouled off the dribble. That's 5 team fouls at Arkansas Little Rock, and that personal is on Lionel Foster.
Talked about the lack of bench play for the Hilltoppers this season, Randy. They've got 10 bench points this afternoon. 8 of them are from Carouche, who normally is a starter. The only other 2 coming from Anthony Sally. So again, Hilltoppers not getting much production from their bench.
Moving pick on Walker out front as Cavoro took the ball, moved left to right, and the Hilltoppers will get 1 or 2 of those seemingly every game. A lot of times the dribbler isn't patient enough and doesn't let the player setting the pick to come and square his feet and set. And I don't know if that was the case or not on that one, but that happens occasionally. It's not always. There's a steal by Sally. Now it's Lawson. Patterson picks it up. It's not always the player who is setting the pick. Not always his fault.
That's true. But a lot of times you will see him stick that knee out or lean, and you just can't do that. You've got to remain stationary.
Foster with the dribble into the lane, and he's fouled. 10 fouls now on WKU. And Pettigrew and Orlando Mendez-Valdez will re-enter the Hilltopper lineup as Lionel Foster shoots 2 free throws. He has shot 5 foul shots this year and made 2.
Mendez-Valdez, a relatively benign stat line compared to what we saw the other night with his triple-double. First and only one in history for the Hilltoppers, but Mendez-Valdez tonight fairly quiet, only 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals in his 14 minutes of play.
Lionel Foster hits his free throw. Sally and Walker are out for the Toppers, and Mendez-Valdez and Evans are back in. It's a 33-point lead, 58-35. Last year when the Hilltoppers played Arkansas Little Rock here at Diddle Arena, they beat the Trojans 71-47. Foster hits the second free throw. 9 minutes gone by in the half. Hilltoppers 58, Arkansas Little Rock 26. Pass comes forward to Pettigrew, knocked away. Trojans get a steal. Patterson dives on the floor and retrieves it. Here comes Foster to the top of the key. Lisa behind him for a left wing 3 by Fowler. The shot was a splat of stale beer. It's missed everything but a board, and Carouche rebounds for the Hilltoppers. There's a long pass up front that's picked off by Foster. Now to Fowler, driving hard, put it up. Good shot inside. Cavoro fouled him, and Fowler will go to the free throw line.
Cavoro going to take a seat. Just compounded a mistake making that long pass, ill-advised pass, really no need for it, but it was picked off, and then he fouled in transition as Little Rock was coming down to score. He fouled, giving up the basket, and now the chance at the three-point play.
Fowler had 15 free throws in their last game against Louisiana Monroe, and he makes an old-fashioned three-point play with a driving layup and free throw. He shot 6 free throws on this one. Hilltoppers 58, Arkansas Little Rock 29. 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Mendez Valdez, long pass, front court, left corner to Sergio Caruso, 6'5" Memphis sophomore, shoots a baseline jumper and misfires. Arkansas Little Rock with a rebound. That was Wayne Burton, the junior from New Orleans. Here's Foster front court into the lane. Back behind him to Fowler, fake the jumper, and Caruso goes to his right again in the lane. Now to Foster on the baseline, dumps it right side. That's Jackson, hook shot in traffic. It's good, he's fouled, it counts. LaMarvin Jackson, and for the first time in the second half, Arkansas Little Rock has scored 2 baskets in a row.
I was just looking at that myself, but this is going to be their opportunity for 3 baskets and 7 points in a row for them.
Ken McDonald will make that immediate timeout. 10-12 to play in the second half. Hilltoppers 58, Trojans 31 from Diddle Arena here tonight. And this is a simulcast of the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports. It's produced by IMG. This is Big Red Basketball.
From American experience, 3 years after the Allies bombed Berlin, American pilots returned on a different mission.
I had 20,000 pounds of flour. They went crazy. I can still see their arms up to the sky.
First-hand accounts of the monumental effort to save 2.5 million people from starvation and Soviet rule. The Berlin Airlift.
Trying to complete a three-point play.
Coach Shields is going to have visions of turnovers dancing through his head tonight.
24 of them. 24 turnovers, 9 made shots.
And if he is able to shake the visions of turnovers, he's going to see visions of Stefan Pettigrew, who just ripped that rebound down, dancing through his head as well.
LaMarvin Jackson missing the free throw. Howell still with Christmas thoughts in his head as Sally brings it front court. Not that long ago, was it? Had the ball knocked away, got it back. Right side pass thrown away. Lionel Foster with a steal. Foster front court to the top of the key. Over on the right wing for a 3 by Fowler. No good. Long rebound by Sally of the Hilltoppers.
3 turnovers in a row for the Hilltoppers. That one, however, did not result in points for the Trojans.
Sometimes it's tough to keep your concentration in a game like this as Pettigrew is top of the key. On the right wing now to Sally in front court. Stops, looking. Out between the circles to Mendez Valdez. Back on the right side to Sally against the Trojan man-on-man. In deep to Pettigrew, into the hole. Stops, foul line Jeremy Evans. Goes up behind him to Sally with 10 to the shot clock. Dump a low to Pettigrew. To his right around Fowler. Put it up and in off the window.
Wow, what a strong move by Stefan Pettigrew. The defender just not big enough to keep him out of the lane on that one.
25 for Pettigrew, a career high. 20 was his career high. Fowler comes hard to the hole, and there's a jump ball. A lot of contact on that one. They say they were on top of the ball. And the possession arrow will go to WKU. Not much of an argument from Steve Shields.
Hilltoppers with only 1 field goal made since the 11:55 mark. Almost 3 minutes have passed.
During that stretch, Arkansas Little Rock had scored 8 straight points. Here's a backward pass to A.J. Slaughter. Mosey on him. He gets it up to Sally on the right side and backcourt. Overhead pass on the left to Slaughter. Lobs it back on the right to Sally. The pressure's broken. Bounce in the middle. Top of the key to Mendez Valdez. Left wing Slaughter. Baseline left to Evans. Good ball movement against the press. And OMV has it out front of the right wing with a dribble. Comes to the baseline. Boy, he's knocked down off the dribble by Fowler. No foul. Fortunately, though, the Hilltoppers will get the ball back.
Coach McDonald not happy with that, talking to the official there.
Steve Shields also upset. He just pounded one of the signs on the scores table. Alley-oop to Evans front, a little bit low by Slaughter, and here comes Arkansas Little Rock. Quickly front court, the freshman Foster, and a technical foul on Steve Shields.
Yep, he was trying to get one a minute ago. I'm still shocked that he didn't get one in the first half. He was doing everything but physically accosting the official. They didn't give him one then, but now he's got one.
Steve Shields, third all-time in total wins at Arkansas Little Rock. Mike Newell, the all-time leader in that category with 133. Joe Klein to his right. He's also assisted by former WKU assistant Charles Cunningham. And Orlando Mendez-Valdez shooting the technical free throws, makes the first one, and will shoot again for his 8th point. Swish. 62-31. They've doubled up the Trojans with 8:35 to play. Brandon Patterson will make the inbounds pass from half court after the technical free throws are made by Orlando Mendez-Valdez. Lionel Foster has it as he brings it across the timeline against Sally. Dribbles it to the right wing, to the right baseline. Sally poked it away and evidently went off of Foster and out of bounds for yet another Ualr turnover. Sally inbounds pass to Orlando Mendez-Valdez, back to Sally. He's guarded by Foster in backcourt. Picks it up. Overhead pass to Slaughter. Lob it right wing to Pettigrew in front court. Bad pass out front, picked off by Foster. 1-on-1 against Sally. Went for the steal, didn't get it. Foster lays it in and count the basket.
The defense for Little Rock has picked up a little bit, and the Hilltoppers have gotten careless in the last few minutes, handing the ball over about 4 times in the last 4 minutes, I would say. Most of those resulting in points for the Trojans. But as you mentioned, I think that's a good point. Sometimes it's hard to maintain the level of concentration that you've had for the whole game that's built this 31-point lead, or now 29.
The free throw is off the back of the iron, and Evans up above the rim at 6'9", rips it down. Hilltopper 62, Arkansas Little Rock 33. We could have opened up the doors and let the ushers in a long time ago. This show's been over for quite some time. Foul out front on Mosey, trying to poke it away from A.J. Slaughter. 8 minutes and 1 second to go.
This is where the little things are important. Randy, we talked about at a point earlier in the game about how to play against pressure, and you're starting to see the pressure coming from Little Rock right now. Hilltoppers need to be need to be more precise in their passing. They need to meet passes. They need to position their body between the defender and where the pass is coming from. So they just need to be mindful of those types of things. And certainly in a game that's so far out of line right now with 8 minutes to go, these are techniques and skills and fundamentals they need to be working on for later in the season.
The foul by Arkansas Little Rock was their 7th, so the Hilltoppers are shooting a 1-and-1, and A.J. Slaughter makes 2 of them, and the lead goes to 31 at 64-33, and Mosley fires up a long shot from the left and misses. Patterson grabbed the offensive rebound off the backboard and put it back up and in. 64-35, Toppers in front. Slaughter coming front court. The foul line, and it's batted away from behind and out of bounds, and we have immediate timeout. 7 minutes, 43 seconds to go in this one, and WKU leads Arkansas Little Rock in a matchup of the 2 unbeaten teams in Sun Belt Conference play. Both were 2-0, and the Hilltoppers lead at 64-35. On the simulcast from the Big Red Radio Network and Fox College Sports, it's produced tonight by IMG. Previously coached before replacing Ed Diddles, the Hilltopper head coach. 5-second violation. Sally wasn't able to get the ball in bounds. And Hilltoppers will turn it back over.
Quick 5. The last 6 minutes, the Trojans have picked up 7 points off of 6 WKU turnovers just in the last 6 minutes, or 4 minutes, excuse me.
Hilltoppers in action on Monday in Starkville against Mississippi State, a real good defensive team. Balls has the pass inside the lane against Magley. Follow-away left-handed hook shot smacked into the crowd by Jeremy Evans. And I thought for sure that would be a goaltending violation.
Big Joe Klein over there up questioning it. They don't like to see assistants get up and question calls very often.
We'll see this one, and that was a goaltending violation. Jeremy got away with that one. Here's Foster. That ball was definitely coming down. Mosley out front fires a quick three, missing it. Block out, rebound inside on Slaughter, who's trying to block off the taller Patterson, and A.J. Slaughter picks up a foul.
You got to block them before they jump. Patterson was in the air, and A.J. was trying to move him out. You just can't do that. He had the right idea, though. You got to find somebody and get a body on him. You just got to do it before they jump.
Senior Chapath Aguilar is about ready to check in for WKU as Brandon Patterson shoots a pair. And free throws on the side of the rim and no good.
I hope for that young man Aguilar's sake that he can finish the season without any more injuries. He has just been injury plagued for his entire time here on the Hill. Hadn't got much playing time at all.
Karush is in, Sally is out. Magley in, Evans out. Patterson shooting and making. 9 for Brandon Patterson, 1 shy of his season high, and Patterson exits. Freshman Curtis Jackson is in, one of their better shooters, averaged 23 points a game in high school. Backward pass comes to Mendez-Valdez, now on the left side to A.J. Slaughter, in the middle and half court to Karush. Back on the left to Slaughter, the pressure's broken with 7:05 to go in the second half. Hilltopper 64, Arkansas Little Rock 36, in a shocker. I think everyone felt this one would be close. Magley, left side Karush, bounce low to Aguilar, backing into the paint. Here's a hook shot from 6, and it's down by Aguilar.
Nice touch on that shot. Nice under control dribble into the paint. Nobody really collapsed on him for Little Rock, and Aguilar, nice soft touch on that jump hook.
Hilltopper assistant David Boyden, who works with him, happy with that shot. That looked like the coach from days gone by. David Boyden can knock one of those down. 30-point lead. Jackson, top of the key line drive shot, just barely grazed the iron, and Aguilar grabbed the ball off a bounce. Front court to Slaughter, to the foul line, into the lane. 8-footer, one-handed shot, no good. Aguilar's tip was no good, and here come the Trojans and Lionel Foster front court. Goes all the way to the baseline, under the bucket. Magley fouled him as he put it up. And that'll be 4 fouls on DJ Magley, who has had one of those nights where he just can't seem to do much other than run into Trojans or shooting shots.
The right idea there by DJ coming over to help defensively. Just a little slow in getting to a spot to be much help.
Our simulcast this evening is brought to you by Russell Athletics and also by the Kentucky Lottery. 2 shots for Lionel Foster. He scored 4 points. And that shot's off the back of the iron and misfires. 13 for 26 are the Trojans at the charity stripe.
That doesn't help either.
No. Magley will leave, and Matt Maresca is in.
And several of those misses, I know at least three have been on the front end of 1-and-1.
That's good. They were a poor free throw shooting team last year, but had made 80% of their free throws in the last 3 games. 66-37 after the 1 made free throw. Hilltoppers in front by 29 with 6 minutes to go. WKU will be at Mississippi State Monday night, 7 o'clock tip time. That'll be on the Big Red Radio Network. Left-handed bounce pass to Aguilar. 8-foot baseline jump shot, no good. Followed the shot a little bit late, picked up by Jackson of the Trojans. Here they come front court to Foster at the top of the key. A muscular freshman guard. The right wing to Jackson to the baseline. Stops, looking, bouncing it down low. There's a drive underneath, and the left-handed shot is up and in by Courtney Jackson. That was Curtis Jackson to Courtney Jackson, and they are not related. 5.5 minutes to go, and it's a 66-39 Hilltopper lead. Our next simulcast will be Thursday in Miami against FIU, 6 p.m. start time. A.J. Slaughter, right wing jumper from 14 feet, settles in. 15 for Slaughter, he averages 16. A.J. scored 20 points in 5 of his last 8 games. Mosey over to right side for Jackson. Bomb. It's short. Picked up inside by Balls, and he lays it in. 68-41. Here comes Mendez-Valdez front court. On the right side to Karush, and Mendez-Valdez didn't come to a jump stop and charged.
Well, Little Rock starting to show some defensive traits and characteristics that we thought we would see throughout the entire game. And that's finding when a player like Mendez-Valdez is coming in out of control, getting in front of him, drawing the charge, creating the turnover.
That last bucket by Arkansas Little Rock was from Derek Bales. It's B-A-I-L-S. I couldn't read my own writing. I thought it was 2 L's. It's an I and an L, so I apologize to Derek. As Jackson has it in the corner, comes hard to the hole, lost the ball, and then ran over Maresca. No charge, no block. The ball is out of bounds to Arkansas Little Rock, as Dayon Cavoro is back in for the Hilltoppers. Foster will throw the ball in from the baseline.
Second game in a row where Cavoro, the freshman for WKU's, got meaningful minutes as a starter.
Curtis Jackson hands it off behind him to Foster. Foster against Cavoro on the left wing to Mosey. Out front, top of the key to Jackson. Courtney to his left, dumps it down low. Good pass inside. Shot wedged up, no good. Batted out of bounds by the Trojans. That was Bales, who's under the bucket. That's a tough place to try to earn a basket when you're completely under the basket. That basket's almost like another defender.
It really is. You've got to, that's the only chance you have is just to explode and get it up on the glass, either reversing or going up, trying to get it on the glass and maybe get a foul in the process.
Both coaches shuffling players in and out now, as this game has been decided a long time ago, with WKU leading by 20 at halftime and outscored the Trojans 23-8 in the first 9 minutes of the second half. Cavoro out front to Pettigrew with 25 points. Left of the key to Cavoro. Between the circles to Karush. He'll take it left to right to the right wing and stop. Bounce pass in deep to Maresca, backing up. Hard pass on the left side to Cavoro. Down a little Pettigrew, squares up. 12-footer in the air, down.
Sure, why not? He's been quiet this half, but a great little step back jumper by Pettigrew. Picks up his 27th of the night.
12 of 16 shooting. That is more points than any Hilltopper scored in a game this year. Slaughter had 25 against Louisville. Mosey misses another shot. On the ground, grabbing it was Maresca on a rebound. Great hustle by Matt Maresca as Dayon Cavoro comes front court and underhands it to A.J. Slaughter, top of the key. Slaughter will underhand it to Maresca at the free throw line, back to A.J. at half court. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in this one, as WKU will improve to 9-4 and 3-0 in league. Pettigrew between the circles, dribbles it left to right to the foul line and stops. Behind him to Karush. Squares up, dribbles it to the right wing, and there's a blocking foul out front. That's 18 fouls on the Trojans, and Karush will be shooting a 1-and-1 as we go to our final media break of the second half. 2 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Hilltoppers 70. Graduate started JBK Network Consulting. He had a dream and ability to solve technology problems. He's partnered with Cisco Systems and now provides technology solutions for companies of all sizes in as many as 19 states. And JBK Network Consulting, located right here in the heart of Red Towel territory in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Good night for Stephon Pettigrew there. 27 points, 7 rebounds. I know the points are career high.
Karush makes the free throw. He's had double digits in rebounds a couple of times this year. Speaking of Pettigrew, 12, actually one game he had 12 rebounds. That's his career high in rebounds. Karush's second free throw, dribbles off the front of the iron 2 times and misses. Hilltoppers leading by 30, 71-41, but 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go at Diddle Arena tonight. The crowd of 4,538 watched it. Mosey with a foul line pass to Courtney Jackson, and the left-hander goes up from the left side and is fouled. Jackson is bound and determined to go left. He did not score. And Magley played about 9 minutes.
Yep. Had a turnover, no assists, steals, or blocks.
His sister Jessica Magley plays on the Lady Toppers, and she's engaged to Jabeth Aguilar, Hilltopper basketball player.
Lady Toppers, by the way, lost to the Lady Trojans from Ualr prior to this game, 78-66.
Jackson's free throw rims in and out. 14th missed free throw by Arkansas Little Rock. They made 14 and missed 14. Here's the shot. Swish. 71-42, WKU by 29. Pass comes to Sally in the corner. He's in trouble, and he's pushed and fouled. He was bailed out over there. And he'll shoot a 1-and-1 in the front court.
Then practice his full court passing techniques to the official at the far end when he had too much closer to him, but he launched the pass the length of the court.
Hello, Pettigrew fans in Elizabethtown listening on ESPN 1400. Very happy of their hometown hero tonight, former Mr. Kentucky high school basketballer. Sally's free throw is good.
As they should be.
72-42, it's a 30-point WKU lead. They'll move to 3-0 in league play, and Sally's free throw is perfect. 73-42. The Trojans, they've had good years under Steve Shields. They've won West titles in 3 of his 5 years in the Sun Belt Conference. They have never, in Steve Shields' 6 years, started off league play at 3-0. They were 2-0 before this one. Jackson's free throw rims in and out. Cleaned up inside by Bale. Smith's an easy shot. Mike Walker rebounds for the Hilltoppers and walked all over the place in backcourt.
Shields will fall to 4 and 6 against the Hilltoppers. Saw Mike Walker get ahead of himself just a little bit, trying to start the break on the dribble, and unable to get it to the guards and traveled with it.
Here's a pass coming inbounds to Bales in between the circles. Now to Mosey, long range right side against Cavoro. Doubles up to his right into the right corner. Comes back to his left to the wing and goes all the way into the paint and throws it over the left side for a 3. That misses by Jackson. Cavoro rebounds. In backcourt to Sally, and the Hilltopper guard from Virginia brings it to the top of the key to the free throw line. Down to Komodenic on the left wing for a 3, and he makes it. He just checked in a minute ago. And Euros Komodenic, the 6'6 junior from Serbia, hits a three-pointer. He's 8 of 16 from downtown this year. 76-42. And the Trojans trying to work it inside, dribbled out of bounds for another turnover there, 27th. Sally takes a pass in backcourt. Half-court pass to Walker. 6'7 senior now hands it to Cavoro, gives it up to Sally. 1:35 to go in this one.
This is a trip to Diddle that Coach Shields will want to forget just as quickly as possible.
His last 2 have been forgettable, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
71-46 last year. Komodenic drilling a 3 from the right corner.
2 in a row for him.
79-42. Breaking down low and getting a feed for Arkansas Little Rock is Courtney Jackson, and he slams it. 70 seconds to go. Hilltopper 79, Arkansas Little Rock 44. Here's Cavoro across the timeline, guarded by Mosey. It's in between the circles, goes to the foul line, down the lane, put it up. He scored.
Took an extra step.
But he traveled. So it'll be a turnover on Cavoro, and Arkansas Little Rock gets it back with 58 seconds to play.
Nice move by Cavoro, though. Good little shoulder fake. Got the defender leaning one way, and he took it down the right side of the lane for that shot. Just needed one more dribble in the process.
Trojans to walk at front court. Jackson on the right wing against Komodenic. Stops in between the circles to the other Jackson, Courtney. It's Courtney the lefty and Curtis the righty. Foster has it. Jackson into the paint, 6-footer. Oh, Komodenic went up to block the shot, and then he changed his mind and tried to throw a pass and threw it out of bounds for their 28th turnover. 38 seconds to go. Komodenic backcourt to Sally. 79-44 Toppers. They'll play Mississippi State, the last non-conference game of the season, on Monday, 7 o'clock start time. Meanwhile, Arkansas Little Rock will regroup, and they'll be back home to play North Texas on Thursday. 18 seconds left. Cavoro near half court, 13 on the shot clock. Cavoro being guarded tightly. Behind the back dribble, he's on the wing, 6 on the shot clock, 5 on the shot clock. 30 feet away, 3 on the shot clock, in the corner to Sally. He'll hold the ball on purpose. They don't shoot it. And there's 2 seconds to go, and Arkansas Little Rock will get it for their last possession. But this was some performance from the Toppers tonight. The inbounds pass comes to Foster. He'll shoot a one from just across half court and make it at the buzzer. He drains that one from almost half court.
But it was a game. You're right about that. Great performance by the Hilltoppers here tonight. We expected a much tighter game, lower scoring, at least from the Hilltoppers standpoint. I didn't expect to see 79 points. But Stefan Pettigrew, big man for the Hilltoppers, finishing with 27 points, 7 rebounds for the Hilltoppers, who go to 3-0 in the league, as you mentioned earlier.
And the Trojans, Hal, could not get over their poor shooting, but I think more than anything, they were just so very frustrated with turnovers.
Yeah, they were. 28, I believe, will be the final count. That's unofficial. And they shot less than, they shot 36. We don't have official stats yet, but 35, 36% probably for the game. Hilltoppers really, I think were a big part of that, creating some real tough shots for them inside.
So the Toppers won it tonight, 79-47. Thanks so much for joining us on this simulcast. We'll be with you again on the simulcast from Miami next Thursday against FIU. Hilltoppers won it 79-47 here from Diddle Arena. For our TV audience, we'll talk to you on Thursday in our next simulcast. For our radio audience, we'll be back with a